Hey guys, so today in this video I am going to be showing you guys how to really draw. So basically what we're going to do is what you're going to do when you draw, never draw like hard. When you start to draw, like don't go like really hard. You want to just do light. So what I'm about to draw, I'm just going to draw a boat. So you never want to go too hard when you're drawing. So like, especially for this boat, like if you guys get some piece of paper and pencil, try along with me. So basically when you draw, you don't want to draw too hard, you don't want to draw, so basically you want to draw softish. So basically I'm going to start drawing the body of the boat. So just go different little strands that slowly go up. So that would be the front. And so basically, and then you can just follow. I'm gonna draw a old steamship. So see, look, this is just an example. If you draw too hard, it could be hard to erase. So what you wanna do is you wanna draw pretty light, just slow and steady. And some of you might be asking, well, if it draws too light, then you won't be able to see it. After you draw, after you're done covering, like finishing the drawing, that's when you go along with the lines. So this is kind of like just a rectangle, and then the bottom is cut off. So then you want to draw like the upper part. So this is the Titanic that I'm going to be drawing. So one, I can have this come up. A little slant, not really, and then sort of drift off in that direction. So yeah, there it is so far, and I'm just gonna keep on going and then finish it off like so. So that is just so far. So it's supposed to be like a miniature Titanic. It's not gonna have all 4 smokestacks. But basically, so then what we're gonna do now is, now you look at it, kind of needs, so now that we have this done, we're gonna start, this is just me messing around. So now we're gonna do shading. So basically how shading works, just take your pencil, kind of give it a tilt, and then just slowly just sort of color it in really light, like be as light as possible. So after you're done like shading, it doesn't really have to be perfectly in the lines. Just want to make sure that it's kind of covered in. And you'll see why it doesn't really matter that it's perfectly in the lines later on in the video. So now that we got the shading done, I'm not going to shade the top because I want to do something else, another technique with that. So basically now that we have that done, it's completely up to you. So basically what I'm going to do when I'm drawing this boat is I'm going to make it so you can see through the water. Like let's just say you're taking pictures with the camera and it's half underwater, half above water. So we're going to sort of curve the boat down. You don't want to go too deep, and then you can just finish curving up. And if it's not perfect, you can go back because you draw light enough, you can go back with your eraser and fix it. So now what I'm going to do is I have the bottom part, so now I'm going to shade the bottom part in, which shouldn't be that easy because you already got the top shaded, so you can just do a quick rundown. And then again, this stuff on the outside does not really matter. We're gonna fix that later on. So basically now it just looks like a bathtub almost. So now you want to decide which way you want your boat to be sort of going. So basically what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to put the back, the rudder, and the propeller sort of pushing off this way. So the boat's gonna be going that way. So what I'm gonna do is, for a nice rudder, basically what you can do is just go down a little bit. And for those of you that don't know, the rudder is like the thing that steers it. So there's the rudder. And for the propeller, it can't be as far down as the rudder, because then it's not connected, so it doesn't make any sense. So you want to have, that's another reason that you could need to use your eraser. Alright, so now that we have an area that's underwater, I'm basically just gonna put the propeller right here. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw like a little inlet right there. Just a little bit like that. And I'm gonna put out a line, 1, 2. Make sure it's not fully touching the walls. And then if you want, you could add a little bit sticking out right there. That represents the other side. So there's your propeller, and now if you want, you can add little bubbles coming out from it. Give it a little more aggressive. And yeah, so there you have that. And now we're gonna work on the top part. So basically now, what we're gonna do is start drawing. This is not, like, this is a mini Titanic, so it's just gonna have one funnel. So be really delicate. There's one. There's two. And that, it's like kind of, now that it's, you wanna have it like kind of tilted, because that's how the boats will really look. And then you wanna make a little line right there, and then shade in up to the top. And now that you have that, you might want to put some windows on this area. It's pretty simple. You just draw little tiny circles. Like so. And there are your little windows. You can make them. These aren't perfect. This is just me going as fast as possible for you guys. But what you really should do is you should take your time. Like, you should really put concentration and effort into it. So now that we're done with this, so what I told you about this stuff coming out, don't worry about it, because we're going to finish it in the other part of the video. Flip your pencil over and have your eraser, and simply just go down the top, but make sure you don't really mess with the lines that is the body of the boat, and just slowly go around the side. And if you have messed up, go back over the lines. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we have pretty much everything done. We're gonna finish the smoke off at the end, coming at the top. So basically what we're gonna do now is we're going to go over everything. Just retrace the light drawings on the outside, and make sure you try to stay in those lines as possible. So those lines are basically your guidelines. The light lines would be your guidelines as you retrace. Some of you want, you can even use a pen to trace it. And also, if you mess up when you're tracing, if there's a little spot, you do not really have to worry about it, because now that you have the hard part in, you can just erase the little part that was the light drawn. So we just finished retracing everything. Okay, so now that we've retraced the main parts of it, we're gonna add in the smoke now. So you pretty much can just draw little squiggly lines going around, and then shade. But when you're shading the smoke, you wanna be a little more precise, because now that there's squiggly lines instead of straight lines, it's gonna be a little harder to erase if they come out of the lines. Alright. And yeah, that is your finished product. Trust me, it does not look that good. But this is a beginner's lesson. So this, if you're a beginner drawing, you're pretty bad at it, this is what we are expecting you to do. We don't expect you to go straight away and be really good at it. But if you want to see a part 2 where we get a little more better, we do a little more better pictures, let me know in the comment section down below. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Do not forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.